The views expressed on this program are not the views of ZNS TV 13 and, by extension, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, a high-level climate change meeting begins here in the capital. National Youth Month activities launched. The disabled community remembers the late social services minister. And in sports, the Crime Stoppers fend off elimination. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, starts now. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition. I'm Jiminita Swain. Thanks so much for joining us. Another international high-level meeting taking place here in the capital. Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Philip Davis, will officially open the Organization of American States Climate Finance in the Americas meeting at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort this evening. The theme, Building a Hemispheric Agenda to Save Our Future. For the next 2 days, the fourth Inter-American Meeting of Ministers and High-Level Authorities on Sustainable Development will feature discussions on how this hemisphere can build a collective agenda for climate action focused on adaptation, mitigation, climate finance, and cooperation. Arresting climate change will require an all-hands-on-deck approach as the OAS must assist all of its member states in addressing the climate crisis. Well, over in Grand Bahama, police officials continuing its investigation into an industrial accident that claimed the life of a water and sewage employee there. The incident taking place at the water and sewage desalination plant over in Sweetens Key on Saturday. Our ZNS News Northern service was on the scene when the unfortunate incident took place. Assistant Commissioner of Police, B.K. Bonamy.
A number of workers were doing some work, as you can see in the back of me, some sort of construction. Those 3 black tanks in the back, they are filled with water. I've been told one have water in it now. The deceased, while making a phone call out of the rain, the middle tank suddenly collapsed and landed on him.
ACP Bonamy adding that police officials assisted by residents removed the victim from the area and transported the body by boat to Grand Bahama.
It will be taken to Grand Bahama, where we can perform an autopsy to determine the cause of death.
Well, Bonamy stating that there will be an investigation on the construction of the concrete platform as well to determine what caused the concrete to collapse. The manager had been identified as Tony Scriven, area manager for water and sewage in Abaco. Well, the Department of Local Government's FEDA program relaunched in the Family Islands last week. Officials say the revamped program is more robust, multifunctional, and intended to be deliberate with its outcomes. Aldavis Manning says more on the ceremony in Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera.
Students from over 30 Family Island schools and 1 New Providence school will be elected to comprise this year's 5, 7, or 9-member local government junior councils. And they've got a monumental task ahead of them. They will hold monthly meetings and will discuss and debate matters as it pertains to their school environment. They will also manage an operational budget and even appoint boards.
And on the advice of the Department of Local Government, we do hereby proclaim that the first session of Local Government Junior Council will be held in the Commonwealth of Bahamas on the 30th day of October 2023.
Assistant Police Commissioner Craig Stubbs read the proclamation on the steps of the Administrator's Office in Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera, to begin the Junior Council election process, the first of its kind in the region.
You'll have voters' cards, you have ink, registration, everything. Just how poll workers are paid for national elections and local government elections, these students will receive stipends as well. The Commissioner of Police has directed that a senior gazetted officer is to act as the Provost Marshal in reading the proclamation and announcing the election date. Even further, the Minister, along with the Commodore of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, has agreed for the use of their assets, both air and sea, to assist in the distribution of election material.
Family Island Affairs Minister, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, encourages these junior council members to be transformative, respectful, and agents of change, and above all else, be humble and good listeners, as well as model the type of leadership they wish to see. The candidates are excited for this dynamic opportunity.
We have a lot of special ed students, so maybe if I could help them out more, that would be nice.
I decided to run because it's a new experience and it's good to get out of my comfort zone and try new things. I believe it would be a good experience to get out of my shyness and be more active.
Local Government Junior Council Nomination Day is October 10th and Election Day will be held October 19th. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altaviz Munnings.
Still to come in the weekend edition, National Youth Month officially launched today. The details of that and other stories after the break.
What's a Sand Dollar rebate? It's the digital Bahamian dollar back in your wallet. Top up any Sand Dollar enabled digital wallet and make a purchase of $50 or more in Sand Dollars at Super Value, Quality Supermarkets, Solomon's Fresh Market, or Sawyer's Fresh Market. Get up to $25 back when you redeem your rebate online between September 15th and October 15th at sanddollar.es/rebate. Rules and restrictions apply.
This portion of the news is brought to you by FoCall Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
October is celebrated as National Youth Month across the country under the theme Youth Excellence is Standard. And activities officially started this morning with a church service at Life Changers International Church on Bacardi Road. It was there that the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, listed Youth Month events, including the Jesus in the Park event, as well as the Youth Awards ceremony arranged by the Division of Youth.
The entire month of October will be a lot of activities that will engage the youth. We'll try to empower them and also put them in position, whether it's through education, sports, or entrepreneurship. We want to make sure that we put them in position of empowerment. But today here, we came to celebrate. Anything you do in life, you must start by putting the Lord in first in front of your life. And with us coming here to worship here with Life Changes Ministry, it's the testament of we wanting to make sure this month start off with prayers and with a word from the Lord so that we can be successful in this month's journey.
The Division of Youth cements several public-private partnerships to celebrate the country's future generation during the month of October. It's an alliance Minister Boleg appreciates.
The ministry is only as of a head of an octopus, and if we don't get the arms of assistance from these organizations, we will never be able to advance, engage, and empower the young people throughout the land breadth of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
And still talking about the country's youth, the Princess Court Ministries of Port Charlotte's parenting seminar under the theme Lead by Example was a success on Saturday. A number of speakers sharing with parents how they could become better role models for their children. President of Resilient Inc. Indira Archer disclosed some challenges parents face and how to overcome them.
Challenges such as feeling that they don't have sufficient time to spend with their children because of financial obligation. Some of the ways that I think parents can solve that is being more creative. For example, you don't need a lot of funds. You don't need a lot of money to spend quality time to give your children affection.
We've always been focusing on women and trying to ensure that women are trained in all of the basic crafts that they need to be good mothers and good role models in society. society. But the time has come now for us as an organization to look at our males. We cannot leave our males behind. And so that's why you heard me talking about having a King's Court where we can bring the young man in, encourage the young man as well to develop the same traits that we're saying in the females, remain pure until marriage.
As moderator, Royal Bahamas Police Press Liaison Chief Superintendent Kristen Skipping suggests the creation of a King's Court that would be operated by the organizations rather men, with the goal of steering young men on the right path. For President Stephanie Frith, parenting sessions are key.
We do not do Princess Court without the parents' permission, number one, and they have to sign to be a part of a parenting seminar before the princess can join, and maybe after, but it's more important to join so they can know what Princess Court vision, mission, and goal is.
And the disabled community joining the vast chorus of tributes for social services and urban development Minister, the late Honorable Obie Wilchcombe, who died last Monday. This group contends the large shoes of this mighty special needs advocate will be hard to fill.
He was a champion for the cause, definitely, and he was so empathetic. For instance, his mantra was inclusion. He wanted inclusion of all persons with disabilities in every facet and walk of life in the Bahamas.
Chairperson for the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, Nalini Bethel, reminisced on her partnership with Social Services and Urban Development Minister, the late Obie Wilchcombe, since the commission was a part of that ministry. There were several projects in the pipeline that he was reviewing before his passing.
That there was a vision for a multi-purpose center that started back in 2015 after the passing of the Persons with Disabilities Equal Opportunities Act. And basically the aging out of schools of children with disabilities with nothing to do. So we wanted to create this multi-purpose center, and that vision we are going to carry on. We are going to try to establish the New Providence Center for Persons with Disabilities.
At this point, Bethel says,
we will continue on with the work that he had approved, the vision that he had for disabilities. And, you know, he was such a caring and empathetic man. He has a disabled brother himself. And so he was very, very in tune with what and how things in the Bahamas affect persons with disabilities. So.
The Disabled Commission Chair explained how she spearheaded a number of events that celebrated Special Olympians, which Minister Wilchcombe didn't want to be left out of, like a reception with Bahamian Olympian Shawnee Miller-Weibo. Another special group that will miss his presence is the Bahamas Down Syndrome Association.
Minister Wilchcombe's passing is definitely going to leave an immense void. He was an avid supporter of our association. I'm a parent of a young adult, Vashni Thompson, living with Down syndrome. And I can also say that on behalf of the other parents, when we engaged with Minister Wilchcombe, there was a genuineness like no other. You know, he had the inimitable ability to make you feel as if you were the only person in the room.
The Down Syndrome Association executive praised Minister Wilchcombe for embracing those differently abled, like her daughter Vashni, who met Minister Wilchcombe back in 2017. And although Minister Wilchcombe will be absent during Down Syndrome Month of activities in October, the association is still hoping the wider community supports the organization.
Most importantly, we're going to have our buddy walk on October the 21st, which is a walk that is going to raise or designed to raise an awareness for persons living with Down syndrome. And we know that there's a spot that's going to be vacant because we know that Minister Wilchcombe would have been there had he been with us.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on X, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook.
got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
In the day, we're having lots of fun. We're working with each other until the day is done.
The Elizabeth Estates Public Library is joining in the country's 50th Independence Anniversary celebrations through a history exhibition dubbed Step into the Timeless Tapestry of Bahamian Heritage.
In our technology section, we have the different items we use today. We have a sewing machine, one that some kids may not have seen before. So we have a lot of items that some of our younger generation, they would find really interesting to know that grandma and great-grandma used to use these things, and they had to do these chores that is almost unimaginable to them.
And what would the library's exhibition be without a book display?
We do have a book display of Bahamian books. First of all, we have a bush medicine book. Like was mentioned, the medicinal factors of bush medicine, Bahamian history. We have a lot of Bahamian history books. You know, it's very important to learn about our history, or you will run the risk of repeating whatever bad decisions you don't want to make. We also have many books by Gail Saunders. We are displaying some of her books, which contains a lot of good nuggets. So come on in and come read. Just look around and enjoy yourselves. Bring your kids. It's for all ages. Our audience is for all ages.
I'm Adama Williams for Ed Talk. Want to stay in the know? Subscribe. Text 819-BMOE. That's 819-2663. Remember to like and subscribe to our social media platforms.
Hello, everyone. This is Tony Williams back with a special promotion for BahamasAir.com and GoGo Florida. The $100 deposit is back, but it's only on your debit card. So whether you're renting that sedan, SUV, or spacious minivan for group or family trips, keep your cash in your pocket. Only Dollar Thrifty is making it convenient for you. Your $100 deposit held on your debit card. Available at Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Orlando. Book early and save your 8-passenger minivan for your holiday shopping spree.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Well, welcome to your Sunday Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. The police Crime Stoppers will live to fight another day. As after a valiant performance last night in Game 5 of the Best of 7 Championship Series in the Bahamas Government League Championships, with their backs against the wall, the Stoppers would dig deep and pull out an 88-78 win to force a Game 6. Adoran Charlo would lead the way with 16 points.
They realized to know that if they didn't pick it up, we was going on. We was going fishing. You understand? They was going to find us on the rock at Clifton Pier fishing tomorrow. So they didn't want to do that. We ain't ready to go fishing yet.
We had a pretty well-rounded performance tonight. We did a pretty good job on their shooters. Did a good job rebounding. And we're down in the series, so we know we just got to take it one game at a time. Every game is a win or go home game for us here from here on in.
And the Crime Stoppers saying, don't count them out just yet.
Redemption. You know, Bob Molly spoke about it. And, you know, we all about that. We all about that. But the thing about us, my team, it looks like they love to play, but they box against the wall. On the previous series, same thing happened. We stand, facing elimination, and then they kick in the gear. This season look like this series look like the same thing. I think we play a hell of a game. We defended the big man, Eugene, well.
Well, it was opening day yesterday at the Blue Hills playing field for Jazz Chisholm Jr.'s Little League. The Miami Marlins center fielder not only making his mark on the field, but in the community. The league will run until December 3rd and host up to 300 kids, teaching them the fundamentals of baseball.
It's been great. The support has been great. It's always a pleasure to see young kids come out to play the game of baseball. Especially during this time of the year. We ain't used to this, but it's something that we want to continue on every year for years to come. Charles is excited about it. He's doing this thing. Miami's in the hunt for the playoffs right now. He sent his regards to everyone in the league, and he says thanks. But we're truly all excited about this.
And in basketball news, the Charlotte Hornets indicating that Bahamian center Kai Jones will not be joining the team in training camp next week due to personal reasons. The team announced on Saturday. The news comes weeks after a string of bizarre posts from Jones on social media that had some concern about his well-being. There's reportedly no timetable for his return. Of course, the Hornets acquired Jones in 2021 via a draft day trade with the New York Knicks. Now, according to NBA insiders, it's reported that people in the Hornets organization were worried about Jones, who reportedly wasn't participating in optional team drills. Insiders also indicating that Jones's Hornets teammates stopped following him after an Instagram live session. Obviously, there's a lot going on with Kai, and behind closed doors, we here at the Zenith Total Sports team wish him all the best. And that's been a look at sports on this Sunday. Check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
We are New Life Natural Company Limited, and we have actually been in the community for now 13 years, serving in the health field. Our diets is probably one of the most poorest diets actually in the Caribbean, and we are really low in the world. As a result of our diet, we are actually inheriting all of these different diseases. So we need to kind of like shift the way how we eat and shift it to eating more healthier food. So we at New Life here, we are trying to change the paradigms. We are actually introducing tasty, healthy options. And so hopefully this SBDC initiative will actually create the awareness, help us to have an understanding of what we are doing, why we are doing it, and help us to begin to shift this paradigm of proper eating, proper dieting, and proper fitness. So our motto is eat well, be well, and let your food be your medicine.
For more information about the Fitness and Wellness Initiative, contact the SBDC at 461-7232.
What's a $100 rebate? It's the digital Bahamian dollar back in your wallet. Top up any $100 digital wallet and make a purchase of $50 or more in sand dollars at Super Value, Quality Supermarkets, Solomon's Fresh Market, or Sawyer's Fresh Market. Get up to $25 back when you redeem your rebate online between September 15th and October 15th at sanddollar.bs/rebate. Rules and restrictions apply.
With God, comfort can replace pain. Peace can replace turmoil. With God, hope can replace sorrow. God loves you. God hears you. God speaks to you in your thoughts, in your heart, and through living prophets. Come hear the words God has for you. Watch with us on ZNS Bahamas on Saturday, September 30th at 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. and on Sunday, October 1st at 7:30 p.m.
Now to the weather forecast. A quasi-stationary front just north of the islands is expected to move into the northwest Bahamas as a cold front early Monday then drifts into the central Bahamas on Tuesday with high pressure and much drier air behind it. Monday's forecast very cloudy and warm with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms mainly in the northwest and portions of the central Bahamas. Partly sunny and hot in the southeast Bahamas with a few possible showers. Small craft should exercise caution. Winds northeast at 15 to 20 knots in the northwest Bahamas and 10 to 15 knots in the central and southeast Bahamas. Tuesday's forecast, partly sunny, warm, and a bit breezy in the northwest Bahamas. Variably cloudy, very warm and humid with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms in the central and southeast Bahamas. And that will end the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching and good night.
I've had many great moments in my lifetime, and I thank God for the opportunity I had to serve in so many capacities. But I think the greatest joy I ever felt as a Bahamian was January 10th, 1967, when the results came in and we knew that there had been a dramatic change in the politics in the Bahamas, because up until then, the country was governed by a small, white, racist, oligarchic group. And it is against that we had to fight. And some of us made, as you know, some painful sacrifices in that struggle. But that was the big moment in our national history. I don't think, apart from emancipation, I think majority rule was the next biggest event. And I was privileged to be a part of that, and I am very grateful that I was privileged to be a part of that. I contributed to that, and I was amongst one of those who were elected. But although I was talking to my friend George Smith the other day too, and those of us who were elected, our names are there, eh? But there were those who also ran who were not elected. We got to remember them too, because they were also on the front line. But that was a glorious moment in our history.
What does disability look like? In a busy airport terminal, at the check-in counter, at security checkpoints, or even in baggage claim? Passengers with hidden disabilities often go unnoticed. Globally, 1 in 7 persons have some form of a disability. 80% of those disabilities are non-visible. In an airport environment, workers are often unaware of hidden physical, mental, or neurological disabilities that some passengers live with. This can lead to frustration and a less than ideal travel experience. So, how do we make the invisible more visible? At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports and 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA A safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Hello, I'm Sissy Yosufiu, and I'm here to welcome you to General Conference of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. If this is your first time tuning in, here's what you can expect. General Conference is a global gathering for followers of Jesus Christ. Everyone is invited to tune in and hear messages of inspiration, peace, and hope from leaders of our church. There's also some beautiful music. In every 2-hour session, you can look forward to an opening and closing prayer, 3 or 4 hymns, and several brief talks from speakers who come from